What is going on, good people? This is your boy Ed from Atlanta, back to you live with another episode. I promise I be trying to stay consistent on here, um, but I don't know. I just be finding it, I guess, sometimes difficult to just sit in front of the camera and just talk. And not that it's a hard thing to do, but like I just be feeling like I just be one of the people that's really interested in any of the things that I have to say. Cause he like everywhere I go, I get goddamn arguments and rebuttals. But I mean, I guess that's just the life we live in. You know, you've got billions of people living in their billions of ideologies, and they literally live within them. They do not exit that space. They occupy that space. They breathe and germinate in that space, and they will force that space upon you, if at all. And God forbid you actually utilize your individualism, even if for a greater good, man, you will get chewed out. I was on this app I use, I love, I call it Fanbase. I think it's a great space, and you have to go into it really just solid and secure and sure of who you are as a person, and your values and the things that you stand on, because there are people on there that will absolutely challenge you. And then there are people on there that just they engage in topics that I have since learned to just avoid at all costs, because I love my peace and I want to stay there. But was in this room with a lot of black folks from the UK, and the conversation in that particular instance, or in that moment rather, was surrounding racism in the UK. And they went on to share their experiences with the different areas of England, I believe. And not only that, but like the way mixed people, from what they were saying, are treated and or viewed there. It's one end of the spectrum or it's the other. And in some ways, that's a lot of ways, it's very similar to America, actually. But when it comes to mixed people, um, I think it's slightly different, because I have found that here, people of a mixed ethnicity are rejected twice, because they're not black enough and they're not white enough. And like, what are you, and how do you identify? Do you accept one and reject the other, or how do you balance and dualize them both? And I think that's an amazing discussion, and I would love to have that discussion with some folks that's just of a mixed ethnicity. How do you exist in this space? Like, why? And then, being forced to choose, why do you feel uh, choosing one over the other is valid to you? I would really like to know. But at any rate, we were talking about that, and it was some folks in there that were from America, and it was about two of them in particular. Um, Everything I said, of course, it was a problem, and they definitely um, did not spare any of the words or their sentiments about the words that I had shared. And like I told the guy, I'm like, because it was, the conversation had drifted towards how Americans handle, in particular, Africans, is what we was talking about. And I just went on to share, all of the different ethnicities that I grew up with, because my family is just different, and we're all mixed up or whatever. Not your traditional mixing, but a mixing nonetheless. Um, and I was like, at a certain point, I just was like, we can't even we are not even unified over here. And I just left it at that. One of the guys, he started laughing, and I just left out of the room. And it just it circles around to my point of um, the damage that's been done, the trauma that is yet to be dealt with. I don't even know if, excuse me, some people recognize, excuse me, it's this fan blowing, but I got to have that air going. The specific traumas that they battle against. Like, I don't know that people sit down to consider their trauma, to identify their pain, some root causes of it, their responses to it, why they respond to it the way they respond to it, what it possibly looks like to get on the other side of that. I don't know that people are having that conversation. What I do know is that in this country, us black folks here, and I think it's similar in other spaces, but I can only speak from this perspective. This is where I'm from, where I grew up. Um, we tend to really be against each other more than said white man. It really feels that way. It really feels that way, because I don't wake up with a particular mindset of, let me see how I can destroy some white people shit. I don't do that. That doesn't benefit me. You know what I'm saying? I wake up with, how can we gather this house? And when I refer to the house, I'm specifically speaking to that of colored people. You know what I'm saying? Like I picture us as a property, and we've got our house, we've got our kitchen, our living room, our dining room, the table that we're sitting at. We've got the yard, those that are skilled at doing things in the yard, and we've got the boundaries and confines of our property. And within this property, there's conversation that leads to healing, that leads to education, that leads to inspiration, that leads to encouragement, that leads to motivation, that leads to empowering, that leads to wisdom, that leads to knowledge, that leads to tangible steps, examples, reflections, lessons, corrections, like all of the things that we need as a human is provided in this home, right? And then when we step outside, I think that's when you become aware, because you're made aware of who you are in the house. But when you step outside the house, who you are with your teaching now presents to you your space in the world, right? And it's within that space that you can then entertain allies. I think allies are necessary. I don't think any of us were made to just necessarily be by ourselves. But what we can do is keep us as a priority. I don't think that we'll ever win by opposite day and becoming the oppressor. I don't see the sense in that. I don't see the sense in that, because ultimately what end up happening is you'll just burn this shit down, period, and it'll be all done. And then Bambi and all the cool goods and Ricky Raccoon them, they can just have all their shit back. You feel me? So we've got to get to a common place of healing and being willing to enter into respectful conversations with an open-mindedness and a willingness to help and to advance and progress the thoughts and ideals of what we want and desire and need as a people. Because I absolutely believe that we have everything we need within us. We just have to actually sit down and put it on paper and establish tangible steps, and then not only establish said tangible steps, but actually engage in them. I think we have to stop watching other people's individual successes and start being more focused on our success as a collective, because the collective is what's really important. And don't despise or feel away because a person individually has a particular amount of success. My hope is that that person is a visionary and a revolutionary and actually is concerned and considerate of their community. So shout out to individuals like T.I. and Killer Mike, Candy. I forget their name, but it's a family. The families that bought those 96 acres outside of Macon. Salute to the mom and daughter that bought a gas station. I believe it's either in Broward or Dade, but it's in South Florida. And it's so disrespectful to forget this gentleman's name, but he grew up and he just have always been in real estate. He's an older gentleman and one of the richest, colored folks in this country. Engaged in some really big projects like towers, you know what I'm saying? And just salute to everyone out there that's doing amazing things. But it's even furthered when you give back, when you share information, when you teach, you know what I'm saying? When you inspire and you conspire together on how to, again, just do the greatest good. So for me, we've got a ways to go, but obviously it's such a passion of mine, that it's not even considered a burden to me. And the balance I have found, occupying that space, because it is not an easy space. I've learned that you've got to develop a healthy dose of fuck it. Fuck it, fuck that shit. Fuck them people. and not, fuck them to the detriment of their lives, but like, I am not studying them folks. Bless they heart. I'm not studying them because they not who I'm talking to. I'm not for them because who they for? They not for me. Because if they was, we wouldn't be arguing and rebuttaling. And it's not even sitting here saying that you just got to agree with everything I say, because absolutely not. Because I do not agree with everything everybody say all the time. I do not. But when it land, it land. But we got work to do. I'm confident that myself, along with quite a few others that I've met over the course of my life and even are actively engaged with in my current space, that we're going to be fine. Those of us that will. So be encouraged. Don't give up hope. Be motivated. And I'm going to try to just stay consistent, getting in front of this camera. Yeah, I tore that word up. But I'm going to definitely strive to stay consistent and stay in front of this camera in front of y'all. Because we got shit to do. We really got shit to do. And why not be beautiful in doing it? So, I love y'all so much. It's about time for me to go back to work. That's why I keep looking up, because I'm sitting at my desk. I work from home. You don't probably talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry about it. My business ain't your business. You know what I'm saying? Just know I go to work. And yeah, we working on this thing. My book is coming soon. Confessions of a Side Dude. Be on the lookout for that. And again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your consideration. And I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. And I just hope that, everything just works out well in your life. Stay encouraged. You got this, and it's going to be perfectly fine. Even when it's ugly, it's still a blessing, because you're still here to learn and grow from it. So don't get mad at the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad at the dirt. Don't be mad at the dirt. Hell, don't even be upset with the pests, because you need them too. How you going to learn how to not deal with theirs, or how to deal with theirs if you ain't got them? So be thankful, be grateful, be humble, Get in the mirror and have a conversation with you. Love on yourself. I love you, I appreciate you. And I'm finna get out this phone, so get on my damn line. Bye.